Welcome to the Discovering Greatness podcast. I'm here with two amazing course creators today, and of course, always joined by my amazing co-host, Bri Campano. Bri, how are you doing today?
I am so excited. Friday. I love this day because we get to learn about new courses and really get to know course creators that you can find on the Great Discovery platform. I believe it is the most amazing platform for a global classroom where you can learn around the world in any language because we offer translation into 168 different languages. So please come check us out. Why am I not excited about that?
Yeah.
Sharing our words and our missions with the world. So yeah.
And we have two amazing course creators on today, June and RonIWill, and we're going to highlight some of their courses on the Great Discovery platform right now. First one we want to highlight is June's course. This course is called We Dream 101. And I'm really excited to learn about this course, June. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it? Go ahead.
This course is so exciting for dreamers that really want to learn how to interpret their dreams. It's simple. This course is about 30 minutes and it's to get you started. It's a beginner's course. And so it'll teach you the basics, things that you see repeating in your dreams, like the rooms that you see in your dreams, the animals that are in your dreams, the colors that are in your dreams. This particular course has picked out the same things that most people will see in their dreams and explains what they mean. So it's basically like a roadmap for you to start interpreting your dreams and understanding what they're trying to tell you. So for instance, rooms in dreams mean a lot. If your dream starts in the living room, that's telling you something about current affairs, something that's going on right now, because living room. If the dream is in the bathroom, sense of humor, God has a sense of humor. It's get something out of your life. It's talking about elimination, a purging, changing something. If you have a dream about a snake or a spider, that's telling you about deception, betrayal, letting you know. And usually animals represent a person. So the dreams are just chock full of information. Colors are very important in dreams. If you have on, say for a woman, I'll say for instance, the dream is in grayscale and a woman has on blood red shoes. That's the only color in the dream. Her dress is in grayscale, everything else is in grayscale. You're being laser focused on those shoes because red means passion, danger, and you have to know exactly what's going on in your life that's correlating to that particular scene. But the shoes, it's your personality, it's your character. So there's so much in this course that I'm sure that the learner is going to find interesting. You don't need anything to take it, just an excitement to learn, and it's going to give you just tons of information to use to interpret your dreams.
I love that. I'm a vivid dreamer. I have a lot of dreams, and I've never really dove into. I tell my girlfriend my dreams. She's like, "That just sounds crazy." So I'm excited to jump into this course, and that's really fascinating. I think it goes well into Ron. So we have RonIWill on the podcast too, and he has an incredible course, which is a little bit about dreaming as well, but maybe a different type of dreaming. Time to reinvent yourself to love what you do for a living. So Ron, tell us a little bit about this course, please.
Well, this course is basically talking about love, and a lot of times most people don't know the difference between love and like. So we go through, going to school, getting that job, and all of a sudden you got everything you want. You got the house, the cars, whatever, vacation, a little money in the bank, but you realize that you're really internally not happy. You're not complete. You're not totally free. And we hit that wall and we're like, man, you're looking around. It's like, man, I love all of the benefits and the rewards and the accolades and all the stuff like that. But deep down inside, you truly are not happy because you're not loving what you're doing. So this course is about you hitting that wall and saying, you know what, I really need to be on my yacht right now, right? But how do you go to that yacht and give up that income that's buying that yacht? So now if you really discover the difference between love and like, so more than likely there's something that you love about that particular lifestyle, and then there's something that you like. Now, the difference between love and like is emotional. You love your mom and you love your girlfriend. They're both emotional, but one has more merit. In other words, if you lose your mom or if you lose your wife, they're both emotional. And my wife loved me, but she likes me sometimes. So you know what I'm talking about, right? Right. So if I don't take out the trash, that's a problem. But love is always that emotional part of you that's pulling you to do what you are truly meant to do, what you truly are passionate about. And now, once you discover what you truly love doing, everything else will fall into place.
So important. And yeah, I can agree. Sometimes, the relationships, you're like, "Oh, is this person, really loving me right now? Or maybe just like right now." And that's okay. I mean, that's totally
Okay.
fine. Yeah. But I want to learn a little bit more about you, June. You help people with dream interpretation. You also do some author prep. You help people publish and author books too. So can you tell us a little bit more about June and your business and kind of your story? And then tell us maybe even a little bit why you chose to join the Great Discovery and how that's helped you in doing what you're doing now.
Okay. Well, I am a virtual educator. I've been teaching online for about 10 years. I have several courses on leadership, courses on prayer, teaching people how to pray because I do a lot of stuff with ministry. But I've been teaching on dream interpretation, helping authors write their first book because there's so many tips in this educated class that I put on just the other day. It gives them tips on how to get over writer's block, how to name their chapters, quit stressing about you don't have the name for the book. It's just like all kind of little tips. And I was #1 bestseller on Amazon in 2021. So it gives them all the formula on how to do that. So I was just frustrated doing classes online for years, for 10 years. And so literally 4 weeks ago, I prayed and I said, God, this is just not working. I'm in the job. I'm an HR director for a company in Indianapolis. And so I'm like, I need another stream of income. I need something that's going to be a robust stream of income for myself and help me, God. 2 weeks later, here comes Ron in the gym, approaches me. We start talking. Next thing I know, the next day I'm looking at all the information and I said, I'm not going to be like the man in the boat that prayed for help and the God sent the boat and he turned it down. I said, this is my answer. And so I went ahead and signed up for the premium course creators package the very next day. And I'm super excited. And I said, I was ready because I had content created already. I already have translated We Dream into Spanish. And I was sitting there looking at it. I said, this is freaking mind blowing, and watch my mouth speak in Spanish. So I'm just super excited about this whole opportunity, and I'm ready to really get with the affiliated part of this, where they can start selling and I can start selling my content.
Yeah. And just curious, June, dream interpretation. I mean, that's something that I think a lot of people are interested in, but how did you make this into a study and really, dive deep into it? How did that start?
Because 20 years ago, I just started tooling around with it. Just people would tell me their dreams and I say, oh, that means this, or oh, that means that, not knowing that I really was gifted in it. And so after so many years of people asking me questions, and I ended up hitting it on the head, meaning that once I would give them interpretation, the stuff would happen in real life. That's when I knew that I had a gift. So I started to follow one particular person who degreed in it, you might as well say, and I got basically semi-tutored through reading his books, talking to him on the phone. And then I just started studying it. And it's anything, the more you do it, the better you get, trial and error. So I just kept doing it. And now my inbox is flooded every single week. And so I don't charge people to interpret dreams. I don't believe you need to charge people to know what their dreams are saying. But to teach them how to do it, that's a whole different, ball game. So I tell them, listen, I got too many dreams. I've changed it to, I've relegated to where once a week, 1 day a week, I go in my inbox to clean it out. Otherwise, I'd be interpreting dreams every single day. But that's how I got into it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think everyone's curious about their dreams. And like I said, I have these bizarre, weird dreams. Like, how could that possibly make any sense? So I'll have to connect with you, June, and get some. But go ahead, Bri.
Yeah, she already gave me some interesting things because I do have that dream that, and the strangest thing about this dream that I've had since I was little, and it's so hard to explain because it isn't a dream that is like of a specific thing that plays out in front of me. It is actually, I feel the world like shrinking and squeezing together, and then it expands, but then it expands so much. It's a feeling. It's this, and it's almost terrifying to me because I just feel like shrinking and suffocation, and I can't breathe, and everything is just getting compressed so tight, and then it goes the opposite way, and it gets so expansive that it's just overwhelming, and I don't know what, and I've had it my whole life, and I don't know what it means. I have not a clue.
Any ideas, June?
It has a lot to do with what's going on right now in the political realm, in the world, what's getting ready to come in the future. It has a lot to do with you too, because the dream is about the dreamer. So it's got a lot to do with where you're supposed to be going, how you're supposed to be growing, how you, I don't want to get too much into it on the public platform.
Okay. No.
We hold ourselves back a little bit, and it's a message for you to overcome your fear as well. Like they say,
Yep.
Jump off the cliff and grow wings on the way down. And it could be a message where there's something in your life that you need to just jump off and do, and it's suffocating you, and you're being shown that if you go ahead and do this thing, it's going to bring this opportunity that's going to expand in your life. And then it's also got another, like an apocalyptic message, which I'm saying with the world and the stuff that's going on, because right now we are being contracted. So much stuff that's going on in the world is getting ready to explode. So
yeah, that makes
well, I think
sense.
with the Great Discovery, you have this kind of people join and they have this kind of pressure to distill all of their knowledge into this container, right? And to put it all into a course. And I think that can be really helpful for people. And then once you do that and you kind of have that pressure and put it all in that course, well, now you can expand and you can get out there to every single person on the planet and grow and grow and grow. And that's really interesting, Bri. I think you're on that point right now. Well, you're actually in the expansion section right now, but let me go over to Ron. Ron, you've been such an incredible leader in the Great Discovery, introducing people to the Great Discovery like June, and have some awesome courses on the platform. And I know you've been really inspired by it. I know you're a big family guy. You love your family, and even a grandfather. I didn't even know that. I was looking at your profile on the Great Discovery. I mean, that's amazing. I would never expect that. But Ron, tell us a little bit more about Ron and who you are, and then your journey with the Great Discovery. Please go ahead.
Well, I've always been a team player. I was able to go to college on a football scholarship. So I played at a little higher level, competing with the team, that team camaraderie. What college did for me, it made me realize that they weren't going to take my talents and my dreams and my desires and design a curriculum around what I really, really, truly had a passion to bring to the world and to society. What they were going to do is they were going to use my abilities to perform on a football field, but academically, they were dumbing me down. They were really trying to hold me back. They were really giving me information that would allow me to go out and get a job. Well, I already knew how to get a job. Now, when you talk about a high paying job, well, that was up to me. I was always going to have to go back, knowing a lot about how teams work, and every corporation has a team. You're going to have to prove yourself through performance. So college was a great experience for me. Going forward, I was able to complete that task, go out and get the job, right? And I got into management, ran a restaurant, a IHOP. If you've ever been in the food business, you know how tough that is when you're managing people, their food, and money. And I was working at a 24-hour IHOP, 24 hours. I did that for about 3 years. But before I went to and got into corporate America, during the summertime, I got two types of jobs. One summer, I did construction. So I did that a couple of years. And then my last year of college, I got a job part-time selling furniture. So I was clean every day after coming from construction. I was clean every day. I was neat. I was sharp. And I learned a lot about myself. I learned that, first of all, I didn't want somebody to stamp a price on my head. So I felt that independence because I worked straight commission. And I did pretty decent. I wasn't the best salesperson, but I did pretty decent. And I liked the freedom that there was, if I didn't perform, they didn't owe me anything. I could walk away feeling like, I didn't let anybody down and so on and so forth. So I felt really good about that. But when I got into management, I was responsible for all of these people, all of this money, and keeping that customer happy. I realized that wasn't for me. So I got back into sales and I went into sales. I stayed in sales for about 30 years. And the thing that really kind of rubbed me the wrong way was when I was selling cars and I was in finance and I was basically just, I don't want to say the word, but it was unethical to think the type of pressure they put on people and manipulating interest rates when you didn't. So it was just not a good fit for me. But I was making a ton of money, living a good lifestyle, but I couldn't sleep at night. And I said, I got to do something. So when I made that shift of really going through the discovery process of what I truly love doing, the reason why I was so successful in sales is because I love to talk. June, don't laugh, but I love to talk. That's how I met you. But I love to talk, and I was always good with vibing with good people. That's why I was so successful. So the 50% that I loved, I've started to focus on. And that's when I discovered the great discovery.
I
Wow.
love that.
Wow.
He
Yeah.
does love to talk. He's good at it though. You ever spend time with Ron? He is really good. He is fun to talk to. You always feel better after you talk to him. And that is, truly a gift. And you can tell that you love doing it. That's remarkable. I want to get to a couple questions, Alex. I don't want to go by you, but we had a question and I wanted June to be able to answer this question. So the question is, what is the name of your book?
We Dream, Understanding God's Voice in the Night, and it's on Amazon.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I want to make sure people can get a hold of that too.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say, both Ron and June have actually 2 courses up on the Great Discovery, and we're going to put both of them below. We highlighted one, but they do have 2 courses, and we'll make sure to put both of those right below this podcast. But yeah, Ron, I love the Great Discovery too. I mean, I love talking. I love working together as a team. That's what I love about the Great Discovery, is that we can work together as a team. And you get to meet this just super diverse group of creators and people and all these different interests. And if you're drawn to sales, that's something that you love, is meeting all these different types of people. And every day it's kind of a new adventure and it's a new conversation and it's always fresh and it really keeps you active. And 30, you said how long in sales?
32 years.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We got to get some of your sales content up on the platform, but you now help people with discovering what they really like, what they
Yes.
really love. And so tell us more about that.
So it's a process. So here's the thing. Fear is a terrible thing. So when I had to make that decision, my family depended on me, not so much financially, but just mentally. And when you're in sales, there's always going to be a goal to help that bottom line. And we all have those. So sales, I was just so sick of goals. You got a 30-day goal, you have a 6-month goal, you have a 1-year goal, you have a 5-year plan and a 10-year plan. And what I realized was that right there is so limiting. So you have to have a process. And the first thing is you have to go through the process of taking the first step. You take the first step, and the next step will be revealed. But here's what happens when you have goals. Your goal is either going to be too big or too small. And what happens when we don't accomplish what we set out to accomplish, how do you feel? You feel kind of like, oh, shucks, where did I go wrong? Well, you did not go wrong. It's just that you had a goal that was limiting, that had limitations, that if you didn't have that barrier, you wouldn't feel like you failed. Nobody fails. So when I got around that, I started looking at targets. So you put that dartboard up and you got to aim. What are you aiming for? The bullseye. Every day you're aiming for the bullseye and you got to take that shot. That's the first step. There's no limitation. The dart might even not hit the board at all. But are you going to stop aiming? And when you get crystal clear on what it is that you truly love doing, you're aiming to do it 100% every single day. It's a process. You got to go through the process. So just give you an example. Most of us go to the grocery store. You go to the grocery store? Anybody go to the grocery store to buy groceries, right? If you go to the grocery store, the next time you go, I want you to pay attention to every sign around you. Look at every word that you see, the stop sign, yield sign. And what you're going to start seeing is signs that's been there forever that you never paid attention to. And these are things that we don't even realize that we're in a rut because of goals. We have goals. And when you're so focused on goals, which is really controlling everything that we do, you never look at how broad your opportunities and your scopes and the gratitude that we have. You never focus on those things, the littlest things that make all of the difference, like water and oxygen and your eyes, and how your heart can't function without your brain. And so, another example, this is it. This is another example. Teaching somebody something. If you focus on that, teaching somebody something, planting a seed. When was the last time you planted something and watch the universe give birth to it? So these things basically keep us focused on the things that we don't really love. We like them. And if you keep focus on the things that you like and you don't love it, you're gonna always plateau. You're like, oh man, I'm burnt out.
Yeah. June, I'd be interested to hear. I mean, I think our dreams can really tell us a lot about our intuition, and our dreams are communicating to us on a different level, that intuition level. So any thoughts on what Ron just kind of said there?
Actually, your dreams hold your purpose. What your purpose in life is going to show up in your dreams, especially if you're not, well, I would say if you're not doing it, it's absolutely going to show up in your dreams, because you're going to be pointed towards the path that you should be on. Your dreams will give you warnings to stop doing something, to change your career, where you're supposed to go. It'll show you people that are going to connect to you, all of that. Dreams are extremely important. And you start paying attention to them, it'll direct your life. They will really direct your life.
Well, we are going to wrap it up here in just a little bit, but I want to give you both an opportunity. I mean, we would love to have you both on the podcast, maybe highlight your other courses in the future. If you have other people who would want to be highlighted on the podcast, or any course creator on The Great Discovery who has a course, we invite you to come on to this podcast so we can highlight you and share your courses. I mean, The Great Discovery is such an incredible platform. It's a place where everybody in the world, no matter what language you speak, no matter what you teach on, no matter what country you're in or what currency you pay in or what age you are, everybody from all over the planet can host and sell their knowledge, their digital products, courses, podcasts, seminars, workshops, trainings, build your community, do your coaching on The Great Discovery. And that's what I love about it. I mean, we get to all come together, a central hub for all global education, all global knowledge, and work together and have conversations like this. Super interesting conversation. So really want to thank you both for being on today, but wanted to also give you both an opportunity. If there's anything that you didn't get to say today that you'd like to share out there to the world, a final message or something that you'd like to share. June, did you want to go first?
The only thing I'll say is, Bri, I thought about it when you were talking in the earlier meeting about wishing you knew now then what you know now with the demo reel. Because I'm like, I just did my demo reel and oh my God, no, I want to do it over. So the things that I know, and I've only been with you all for 2 weeks, I want to be able to pitch to my fellow teachers, my fellow course creators, people that I know that would love to come on board. And I will do my demo reel to really explain to them the opportunity that's in front of them with this fantastic company. And when they get to see me transition from that to Spanish to Ukrainian to all the different languages, that's what got me, because Ron sent that to me and I'm like, what in the world? When I was watching it, it really blew me away. So that's what I plan to do, to encourage people to come on the platform and join it.
And we'll put one of the demo reels below. So what June's talking about is on The Great Discovery, you can translate your voice in over 160 different languages. So you can literally teach people from all around the world. And the demo reel is a demonstration of that highly advanced voice translation software. And yeah, we'll put one below. If you haven't seen it, it's incredible. Everybody who sees it, they're like completely blown away. They're like, this is possible. And then 2, I can use this for my business. It's awesome. So
yeah,
Ron, thank you. Go ahead,
I just wanted to say one thing on that. The most amazing part of it is watching yourself speak, but it's your voice, it's your mouth moving, it is your energy. So you don't have this dubbed over the AI stuff. This is you. I like to get excited. I use my hands, I scream and yell, I jump up and down, whatever it is. That's all there. I'm still me. I am just speaking a bunch of languages, and that's so cool about it. So I love that.
And Bri, my daughter, I sent it to her. She said, Mom, I understood everything you said in Spanish because she's taking a Spanish class. So she understood everything that I was saying in Spanish. That was really cool.
My kids saw me speak Mandarin and they were like, what?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you always feel like James Bond. You can speak every language instantly. It's awesome. But Ron, I want to thank you for inviting June, amazing creator and awesome information. But Ron, you have a lot to share. You actually do a meeting 3 times a week that anybody can come to for the Great Discovery to learn more about it, hosted by you. But any other things that you'd like to mention today on today's podcast?
Yeah, basically just take the first step, man, and don't put limitations on yourself. Just aim, like June just said, those dreams mean a lot to us. They're very, very deep personal messages coming from a spirit bigger than me, you, and the universe. And we have to pay attention to those things because those things are the things that's going to take you and put you in a place of bliss where you're totally at peace with who you are. And if you're not at peace with who you are, how can you help somebody else? So one of my tasks in my program is a dream circle. So a dream circle is taking your face, putting it on a poster board, and putting all of the people like Dr. Martin Luther King and JFK and Jeff Bezos and Bri and June and Alex around your circle. Your dream circle. These are people that inspire you, motivate you, help you, teach you. So I'm gonna leave you with this. You cannot think your way into the right way of acting. You cannot think, because thinking hurts. It's hard. You cannot think your way into the right way of acting, but you can act your way into the right way of thinking.
Wow.
You got to take action.
I got goosebumps, Ron. That's crazy. That's awesome. That's really good, Ron. An honor to be involved in the Jeff Bezos Dream Circle alongside Bri, and I mean that's very good too. Wow. Well, great place to wrap it up, guys. We would love to have you both back on, highlight maybe one of your other courses, or when you release a new course, please comment and let us know. But awesome podcast today. If anyone's looking to learn more about the Great Discovery, if you want to host and sell or get your knowledge out there to the entire world, we'll put some more information, a presentation on the Great Discovery below. But Bri, another awesome podcast today. What was your favorite part? And then why don't you wrap us up?
Yeah, I'm always in awe when we have course creators on. It's one of the most exciting things for me because I learned so much from each and every one of you. And so today I learned so much. I was inspired. I want to take action. I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to understand the things that are in my life and the things that are available to me. And so having you both here today has been absolutely exceptional. It's been a treat for us. It's been a treat for the guests. Shout out to the people in the audience, Casey and Christy, and just people showing up and listening, because when we learn and when we grow, we are making our world and the world around us a better place. And that is just paramount to me right now in this world, that we bring kindness in, love, faith, and really understanding of one another, because that's what we need right now. And the Great Discovery offers this amazing place to learn and grow and get a lot of that. So thank you for being here. Thank you so much for sharing your stories, sharing your ideas and the things that you are doing and your courses that are on this platform. I encourage everyone to go out there and take a look at what is on the platform. The links below to June and Ron's courses are going to be there for you. And we encourage you to discover your greatness and come join us again next week. Thanks, everybody.